and welcome back. We are joined here with Raclesis in Clock Tower 3. The category is
Alrighty. Hello again, everybody. My memory from the Resident Evil 1 race yesterday. But this time we'll be doing some Clock Tower 3 normal mode. It's essentially the any percent run of this game. I hope you're all in for a weird horror game, because this is definitely a weird one. Now, time starts right when you select new. So let's just get right into it. In 3, 2, 1, go. Now, if anyone is interested in speedrunning this game, first thing you need to do is beat the game, because then you'll be allowed to skip cutscenes. Otherwise, you have to watch... This game's got quite a few of them. I highly recommend you watch them, though, because most of them are just gloriously goofy. But anyway, we're playing as Alyssa, and today is her 15th birthday. But she's not going to have like a cool party or anything. She's actually trying to visit her mother, who told her not to come home, and then she got a phone call from home, and now she's like investigating what's going on. Also, right there is a sigil on that door, and we skipped a cutscene where some lights blew up, and that actually panicked her a little bit. Right on the upper left-hand corner is the panic meter. If that fills up, Alyssa goes into a panic and starts running around with her arms flailing in the air. It looks really funny, but we really don't want to get into panic, because if you're in panic and you take a hit, you instantly die. And we're going to go into this fireplace right here. We're going to pick up our main weapon of the game, which is this sacred bottle. It holds a few stacks of holy water. As the game goes on, we'll be able to hold more. So right there, if you notice, I turned towards the wall and then towards the hallway. If you just try to move back immediately, she'll do like a turn in place. It's actually a lot slower to do it that way. But use the holy water in this bottle to open this door. You can also use that on enemies to stun them. You actually can't kill enemies normally. You can only just stun them to run around them. And while investigating what's going on with your mother and why she called you to come home, but originally told you not to come home on your 15th birthday, you go into a room, you investigate a picture, and you get sent back in time. You lost yet? Because I sure am. This game's story is wacky. So now we're in World War II London. And we're just going to go explore for a quick minute. Don't go up those stairs. So right here we're going to see this dead body, and a ghost is going to come up. And this introduces us to one of the main mechanics to deal with enemies, which is reuniting an item with their body, and that'll make the ghosts go away. In this case, this ghost is looking for their engagement ring, which is right here. And we just need to use it on the body. Now, there is a category where we actually help every single ghost, but here we're only going to help the ones that are absolutely necessary for progression. And every ghost you help leaves an item behind. Oh, where are you going? And I'm going to pick this one up. This is a sigil stone. This is essentially my get out of jail free card. Like I said, when you go into a panic and you get hit, you die. The sigil stone absorbs 1 hit for you. So here we're following the sounds of this piano being played. So we're going to go over to that theater. Yeah, I'm close enough to the door. If you're not close enough to that door, you miss it, and then you feel bad because then you need to go and refill your bottle, and it feels bad. Alright, so we're gonna do... Well, not really do a dodge, but like there's a ghost over here that can get in the way. Like ghosts will wander in like a set path, like it wasn't in the way, but when they're going after you, they'll make that noise. They'll put their arms up in the air and they'll hip thrust at you. And we're gonna make our way over to a Taylor right over here, and we're gonna actually throw the holy water through the wall and onto the sigil. Saves a little bit of time. So you don't have to be like right in front of these sigils to hit them with the water. It's not this door, right? That's the next door. Okay. Also, you want to hit these sigils as far away as possible. Okay, I thought I missed it for a second. In this room, I'm going to show off something that we call extendo arms. Alyssa can pick up items from really far away. Like, you can actually pick that up a little further away, and we'll be using that a few times in the run to just pick up items a little sooner than normal. I did skip over a little bit of the story at the beginning. When Alyssa did go home, she encountered a strange man who kind of like foreshadowed a little bit about what's going on. But where are you going, Alyssa? Wait, Alyssa, where are you going? I went the wrong way. I'm sorry. But the main part of the story is Alyssa turned 15. Yeah, let's go this way. Lem turned 15, and she is what's known as a rooter. Rooters are essentially magical girls. Their powers awaken at 15, and they're strongest at 15. They tend to keep their powers for about 5 years, and they essentially like help ghosts pass on, and they fight something called I can't remember if it's entities or if that's what the ritual is about. Anyway, we're meeting our first major enemy, which is named Sledgehammer. You'll see him in just a second. Also, if I'm having trouble describing the story, it's because this story is just strange. No, I want to go in that room. So what are you doing? Pick the litter up. So the story. Essentially, the game's gonna go. We go to a new area. We get chased by a murderer. We have to deal with the murderer. You know, you're ahead of the game here, but you can say yes. You will meet Kuroda. Kuroda is a jerk. Wrong way. I'm getting my doors mixed up. Alright, we skipped a cutscene there where this game has what's called evasion points, where if you're being chased by an enemy, you can use the evasion points to like temporarily knock them out. That is the only evasion point that we have to use in the run, and it's essentially just the tutorial. We can also splash them with the holy water to kind of freeze them in place.
Melissa, where are you?
I'm gonna go over here and refill my water bottle. And Sledgehammer's kind of slow, so I'm not too worried about him catching up to me. If you hear that noise, the killer has essentially left the scene. What's your favorite? I like Chopper later on, but like they're all really hard to deal with in their own way. And we're gonna go into this room where we find a ghost was playing the piano, and she can't quite pass on because Sledgehammer here killed her, and we need to help her pass on. Okay, good. If they attack while they're near you, you can have a chance of getting more panic, even if the attack doesn't hit you. And here we have to interact this lever twice. We're skipping a cutscene where a body falls from the rafters, and we're gonna investigate the body. This gives us a code for for a locker, we need this code. We can't just try the code. The game won't even allow you to interact with it unless you have that document. So where he is in this room is RNG. I don't know where he is, but that's totally fine.
Melissa, where are you?
Okay, so we needed to get that document for this right here. There we go. This is going to give us a key to the master key to just open up the rest of the doors here. And I'm also going to pick up a lavender water right over here. This lowers your panic. I'm probably going to be picking up a few more. If on a PB attempt, I would only pick that one up, that one alone. Alright, so the sound's going away, so you think it's safe, right? Wrong. This game has a lot of jump scares for Alyssa. They might not scare us, but she gets scared really easily. Like right now. Oh, I was a little too close to it. That's not good. Sir? That's really bad. Okay. Okay, so in this room I'm gonna hit the sigil with water. And then I'm gonna interact with a locker to stop him in his movements. So this way I can get to the door. Let's go in the door. Alright, so she's in panic right now. So we're gonna use the lavender water that we just picked up to alleviate that panic. Now she goes in the door. Thank you, Alyssa. That was unfortunate. Yeah, if he hit us again right there, we would have used the sigil stone to stay alive, but you can get hit again while in panic if you don't use a lavender water. Also, you'll notice sometimes when when the screen transitions, Alyssa might like wiggle a little bit or go completely in the wrong direction because this game has alternate controls. I'm moving with the control stick, and the direction you're moving changes with the camera angle. So we're gonna splash him. We're gonna crawl under. Oh no! There we go. Okay. You can sometimes be just enough in the way where you can't crawl under that.
Melissa, where are you?
I might need to splash him early. So he's gonna give us another jump scare in a moment. He's essentially going to teleport to the next hallway and try and hit us. There's a line you can take here to avoid that hit. With the... Okay, we're good. Alright, now we're hoping that he... Like, sometimes they'll stop to taunt you. We want him to do that, otherwise we're going to go into a panic again. Go. Yeah, that was necessary right there. So in the dressing room, we picked up some matches that we're going to use up here. Now, look, you see nothing to the left. Now we use some matches, and all of a sudden there's a board here. I guess she couldn't see it. Now this right here is a little bit of RNG, because she's going to wobble as you walk. And the amount of wobbles you get is completely RNG. Average is about 3 wobbles. On the way in and on the way out. 2 wobbles is good RNG. So it's like we're getting some good RNG here. Alright, so good RNG on the way here. And we need these pliers right here that's just randomly suspended over the theater. Because reasons. Also, you can fall off and die. Concentrating a little bit. Alright, If we get 2 on the way out, that's really good RNG. Good RNG there. Nice. Alright, so we're skipping another cutscene, and we're gonna try to run by him without getting hit. Nope. I'm having a really tough time with my runs this marathon. I apologize. He shouldn't catch me.
You're mine now.
And like right there, you can interact with doors really early as well.
Alyssa, where are you?
Okay, I heard a door open. I thought he opened this door for a second. I was like, I was gonna cry a little bit if he did that. So he locked the door at some point, so you have to use the master key to get out. Alright, now we need to make our way back to the tailor because we need to use those pliers we just got.
Alyssa.
And here we can almost just hold up. We need to avoid like the fountains, but he won't catch up to us. Though I didn't like you'll notice some butterflies flying around in some areas. If they get you, they stop you in your tracks. A little off of my line there, but that's okay.
Alyssa.
We gotta wait for him to actually do his yell there to open that door. Okay, so now we're gonna use these pliers here, these barbed wires. See, right on that seat over there is a glowing green arrow. These will become important later in the run. And I'll explain them later in the run when we actually go to use them. So we're gonna open that little chest there, skip a cutscene where we learn more about the ghost that's playing the piano and the family, and how the sledgehammer essentially killed them all. And we need to get that stopwatch to the ghost to help her pass on. And on the way out, I'm going to pick up an extra lavender water, just to be safe. Normally, I would hold on to the lavender water for a specific area in the late game. But seeing how things are going already. Also, Alyssa will inspect and have an opinion on every single thing around. So, and I mean everything. She, like this, they put a description on every single thing possible. And if she looks at it, you get different stuff. So picking up some things can be really annoying sometimes. Alright, so we're heading toward our first boss fight. I'm going to be skipping a cutscene, but that sacred bottle that we have, it turns into a bow. Don't know why, but it turns into a bow. And somehow the health, like the amount of victims that each of these bosses have killed in their time equates to how many years in prison they serve, which then equates to how much health they have. So this is the sledgehammer fight. We're going to try to bait an attack out of him, and then we're going to charge an arrow and shoot him in the face. Hopefully this goes well. Oh, okay. No. Sir? Alright, we're good. We're just gonna shoot him in the face with arrows. You notice that the arrow is like getting, the light on the front is getting more bright and bigger. If you can charge these arrows up to 6 times, he only requires 5. After you hit them with a few charged arrows, they get binded, and with enough binds, you do this. That was a really good fight. It was the setup at the beginning of it was just a little slow, but that was fun. I've had a lot worse sledgehammer fights. Alright, so beating him picks up the Clover of Love. We're gonna be getting a few of those, and they don't really like come into play as far as like fighting anything. It's like storyline purposes. Excuse me. So now we're gonna go and give the pocket watch to this lady over here. Or sorry, girl. This is a young girl. And we get teleported back to your mom's room, which I forget where she finds this key. I believe it's in a book nearby. Now we're gonna go into Dick's room. I honestly forget who Dick is. I believe it's her grandfather. I can't remember if he's like Richard Burroughs or not, but. Yes, we're gonna get teleported to your mom's room. So here we get a little more context as to what's going on with rooters and entities and ghosts and all that. Essentially, there's rooters keep entities at bay. They can be sacrificed in order to be an entity, and you're essentially being hunted so that you can be killed in a ritual so that someone can gain power. So in Dick's room, we picked up some clock winding keys. I'll go back to your mom's room. So there's a door with a sigil. Yeah, that's just the bathroom. So you can't go to the bathroom in this house unless you have a bottle of holy water. Now we got a quick puzzle here. It's a stat. All the puzzles in this game are static. So just left, right, right, right. Let's skip another cutscene, and then we go into a secret room in your mom's room, which has this circle on the floor. These circles, if you hit them with two holy water splashes, you can activate them, and these teleport you to a different point in time, depending on which ones you use. Yes, the room she doesn't want you to go in. And we're going to immediately activate this one, but we're not going to use it yet. Oh, it came up really early. Nope. 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 These ghosts really want hugs today. Also, welcome to Cutscene Hallway. So we go into this hallway, we skip one cutscene, and a second cutscene right after that. We go back into this hallway, skip another cutscene. I'm skipping another cutscene right now. So this is 4 cutscenes. We're now in a different part of the hallway. We go back down into the center of the hallway, 5th cutscene. And now Ghost wants another hug. So we're gonna go into this room, which has the most random part of RNG ever. Well, not really ever, but this starts on yes or no randomly. So we go through secret compartment in the fireplace to get to the... I believe this is a... Yeah, this is a living room kind of area. There's usually a ghost in here. Where is that ghost? There you are. Okay. Oh, whoops. Go into the kitchen. Skip a couple more cutscenes. Find a news report. Now that memo right there, we do need that for progression. So we needed to go through all that to go back to your mom's house. Now we're gonna skip a cutscene. During this cutscene, words are hard. We're gonna be refilling our bottle, so we didn't have to do that manually. And right on the ground is another key for Dick's room. We're gonna go open up his desk drawer. Give him a hug. Don't leave him hanging. There's gonna be a few ghosts that we're likely gonna end up giving hugs to. They're just in tight corridors, and they can be difficult to get around. We'll talk about them when we get there. Okay, interact with the door super far away from it. I think I'm okay. Good. The movement in this game does take quite a bit getting used to. So we're gonna open this desk drawer, get a file to get a little bit more lore. And there's a strange mask. Now this is one thing I don't like about some survival horror games. Getting an item and then immediately using it right next to where you find it. Like the biggest offender in my opinion is the Resident Evil 1 battery at the very end. Anyway, Dick has a secret room, and we're taking some film from Dick's secret room. We're gonna skip that cutscene because you don't want to see what's on there. Actually, that film is for the reporter, the dead reporter. We're gonna help him pass on. Yep. Cool. And now go back to your mom's secret room. I think I'm gonna start calling it that during runs now. Mom's secret room and Dick's secret room. Nope, no. Tried to readjust how she was running and readjusted too much. Hey. Alright, back to the past. Yeah, but that's still an offender. And in a range mode, the battery is somewhere else. Alright, so now we're going to go back to that house. Thankfully, we don't have to worry about these two ghosts much anymore because we unlocked a door that's much closer. Here. So helping this ghost pass on gets you a photograph of Corroder killing a family in his style, which is splashing acid on them, then throwing them into a a big container and filling it with sulfuric acid. Kuroda's kind of a jerk. It also gets you a picture of this picture that has a switch behind it. You can't activate this until you get that picture. Alright, so now that we saw a picture of Kuroda, we're gonna meet the man himself. I'm gonna skip a cutscene where we meet him, and we're gonna immediately splash him in the face. Pick up this invisibility band. We're going to be using this specifically for one area in the late game. Essentially, in a PB attempt, we're picking up items for one area, like just one problem area. So we picked up a key for a toolbox. There was a toolbox in the room that had that flower in it. So we're going to go back into this hallway, and he's going to give us a jump scare, but we're going to give him a splash through the wall. If you take that corner too fast, you just get acid to the face. Oh. Of course, you have to look at the books first. Now we're going to hope that he opens the door before we get to it, because then we can do this. Thank you, sir. Just phase right through him. No big deal. Yep. And he's gonna give us another, like, this one doesn't add panic, but he can hit us here. That was just a bad line on my part. That's not okay. So Dorothy is the ghost here that we need to help pass on. Here, two ghosts. Oh, god damn it. Get up. Okay. This is a problem. We have entirely too much panic right now. He's gonna appear in this room right in front of me. Early with that water. Hope there's a ghost down here that can just give you a big ol' hug, depending on where it's at in its walk cycle. Now we got a little bit of respite, like, as over time your panic will slowly go down. We do have the lavender water just in case, and if everything goes really bad, we have the sigil stone. I'd rather not have to resort to the sigil stone. Because there's something later in the game that can kill you without, like, it can kill you without your panic being anywhere near full. So I'd rather keep the sigil stone for that. We should have enough panic in this section right here, as long as we don't mess up movement. Oh, I hit start too early. Okay, I was trying to skip the cutscene, but she needed to take like another half step there. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with my audio. We were trying to get it fixed before the run, and it's just not happening. So I apologize for the mono sound. Now right here, we can go into panic before going into this room, but if we do, we just open the door and go right into the next boss fight. This boss fight, like, each boss fight progressively gets obviously harder and harder. This one, not only can Kuroda sidestep, because Sledgehammer literally just runs straight at you, and that's all he does is and attack you, obviously. Kuroda can sidestep, and he has ranged attacks. And unlike Sledgehammer, he takes 6 charges to get a tether onto him. Sledgehammer only took 5.
she is.
That's a bad sign. Oh, I was just slightly too close.
There she is.
Now, when he says "there she is," he's about to throw acid directly into your face. So "there she is" bad. If he says "prepare to die," that's good because he's just taunting. Alright, that won't kill him, so we need to hit him a couple more times.
Prepare to die. There she is. There she is. Prepare to die.
Two more arrows should get him. Oh, he's sidestepping.
There she is.
Eh. I'm gonna do a 5 charge. That'll kill him.
Prepare to die.
Alright, that was Kuroda. That could have gone a lot worse. He's typically one of like the harder bosses. And I'm very glad I got to keep the lavender water because there's no like safety lavender water for the next area. So go in here, we give Dorothy her shawl, which helps her pass on. And then we go back home. But when we go back home, we skipped all the cutscenes at the beginning. This guy right here that's about to show for a second, he was being all like mysterious and creepy. And when you go back home this time, he literally teleports you to this area, which is a cave connected to a sewer. That was dumb of me. I hit the wrong button. I'm supposed to crawl instead of throwing water at the wall, but that's okay. We can feel that. We need all 5 charges for this area, but there's next to one of the key items. There's a place to refill, so it's not a huge problem. Again, run up the wall and then run back. Extendo arms at the door. Get that water we accidentally used. And here we're introduced to Chopper, who can be about as annoying as Kuroda. We're gonna splash him immediately. He's also discount Kratos. This area can go pretty bad if he decides to do certain attacks. But this entire area is just one big puzzle. So there's 3 floors here. We need to go to basement 1 first. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, then back up to 1 after we do all the stuff we need to do on those floors. And he will jump out every time. I don't like how close he is, so I'm gonna move up a little bit, then splash him. Okay, he's just gonna stand there and stare at me. So now we're gonna go pick up a crowbar over here, and he's going to jump scare us, but it's not gonna give us any panic right off the bat. We just have to splash him immediately. Oh, okay. Okay, if you get hit with an axe, you figure you'd get a little scared. Don't hit me with that. Eh. Also, fun fact, when you're on this elevator, your panic does not go down. Don't know why. So he can appear in a few different spots in this room, but he usually comes from the way we came in. We got a quick wire puzzle here. Middle, bottom, left. Where are you at? Being on zero panic here is perfect. Because once we're done doing what we need to do down here, he jump scares us, which gives us about a little bit more than half of a panic meter by throwing an axe. These axes rebound, and if he throws them in a certain way, they can rebound and hit us, which will immediately put us into a panic. So we pick up this guy's glasses, put him right on his skull, which immediately helps that ghost pass. We get a key card. Alright, please don't hit me.
Catch!
Okay. So here, again, he can come in wherever he feels like it.
You can't get away!
Alright. No. No. That's not good. Alright, hopefully I can slash him before he hits me. I want to make some space before I use this. Oh, she stopped. When you're in panic, she'll randomly stop and cower. That hit? You jerk.
You can't get away!
Alright, we're okay. Also, this area right here is, I'm going to show you guys the best extendo arms in the entire game. We're going to pick that arrow up, but we're not going to pick it up the way you think. We're going to run up these stairs, and we're going to pick up the arrow from here. And now we're back at the mom's house. Weird. There's also a crying baby. Not sure what that's about. Skip a couple cutscenes, and now we have a fight with Chopper. Chopper's area is a lot more enclosed than the other fights that we've done. He also can throw axes and sidestep. This fight can be annoying. If he decides to just walk at you at the start, then it's free. That should hit him.
Come on! You can't get away! Come on!
Yeah, we're good.
You can't get away!
Rough start.
Come on! You can't get away!
Okay, so you don't actually kill him the first time you fight him. He ends up teleporting you to a graveyard. And this has two sections to it. The first section is not too bad. We got some ghosts that we gotta deal with, but the second section is the reason why we're grabbing safety items. And there is a lavender water right in the corner over here. Party at Mom's house after the run. I'm down. Okay, so we're gonna go to this area first. This is gonna put us into a room with 3 hallways. There's gonna be 3 stones, and we need to put them in the right spots. We can only hold 1 stone at a time. But that pedestal that is in the back over there, we can put 1 on there. So we're gonna go grab the one directly ahead of us first. Let's see where this ghost is at. That's fine. These ghosts will literally just wander back and forth between the hallway and the room they're in. Now we do have we need 2 of these 3 charges in order to reactivate the teleporter there. So we can use 1 if we need it. There it is, right. Yep. So as they're coming down with their arms like this, you can just run right through them and not get grabbed. I'm gonna have to do a dodge on the way out though because of where that one was. Excuse me. I'm gonna grab this arrow. Now these are repellent arrows. We can use them in the boss fights to, we don't have to charge these arrows. You just use them, and they just knock the enemy backwards. We're gonna use them in specific spots. Oh, Jesus. I guess I'll put the stone in from over here. I guess. Also, we're gonna get another type of arrow called binding arrows. They're red arrows, and the order in which you pick the arrows up matter because you can't just choose a repellent arrow or a binding arrow. You have to use them in the order that you pick them up. Here. That's good. That's a good position. No. And now we're gonna pick up the one we put in the middle and bring it to the left side. Now, if we had to, we could splash all of them. We can refill the water here. It's just slow to do that. We do have to refill the water before we leave here anyway. Where's this one? Alright, skip cutscene, skip cutscene. This gives us one of the 2 items we need to get out of here. Excuse me. And right after this, we get to the part of the run that I dread the most. I just call it the graveyard because this is more like a tomb than anything. Alright, so we're going to activate this. Refill the water as it's charging up. So we're gonna have Chopper come back and chase us around, but we're not gonna be able to do anything to actually deal with him directly. Like you'd think, why not just splash him? Because you're gonna see in a second. We have to activate another teleporter right here. So that's 2. Excuse me. And then we're gonna activate this one but not use it right away. And then there's a puzzle we need to do here where we have to splash a pedestal. Which stinks because if he is too close when we go to make that pedestal splash, the game will prioritize him over the pedestal. So we need to dodge around him, hoping he doesn't do specific attacks. Like that was totally fine. There's also these butterflies that will stop you like that. Like the jerk.
Yeah.
He's probably gonna hit me. I don't want to use my hands.
Catch.
Nope. I don't want to play catch me. I'm gonna hit this one, then I'm gonna use the invisibility ring that I picked up in Rhoda's area. Right now.
Oh, nice.
Immediately gets confused. Actually, that might have been a bad spot to use it. Okay, we're good. I also like to get right up against this pedestal. You can throw the holy water from further away, but if you're too far away, you're screwed. Because if you just miss it, you're done. He's probably gonna hit me. Yep. He pushed me up the stairs though. That was nice of him. If I get any more panic, I'm using the holy lavender water. Oh, come on, stop getting stuck on things.
Yeah.
Alright, we're okay, we're okay. It's a little rough. We got there. That's the graveyard. Graveyard stinks. This compass in, then we're going to refill the bottle and then put the other one in. Also, if you're running this game, don't go to save. Going into the save screen and out of it just takes forever. putting those compasses in opens up this portal to a cave. Again, it's more lore. I unfortunately don't remember this part of the lore off the top of my head, but we are gonna get an extra arrow here. We're gonna get one like lore arrow. We actually can't fire that arrow, but we're gonna get a repellent arrow as well. Sorry, a binding arrow. It's our very first binding arrow, which is right there. Skip, I think it's like 3 or 4 cutscenes. Grab the old rear arrow. Which again, is just for story purposes, you can't actually fire it. The binding arrow. And on the way out, this area is going to start collapsing. We can die here. Because, like I said before, movement's based on the camera angle and the direction you're moving the stick, and this camera is constantly shaking here. Alright, so doing that puts us into another boss fight with Chopper, and where we're going to see our very first use of the special arrows. Chopper's going to rush us immediately. When he gets point blank, we're going to hit him with a repelling arrow, which is going to push him back, and he's immediately going to turn around, run away from us, and then throw an axe at us. We're going to knock that axe back into him, and then just pelt him with charged arrows. He didn't turn around. Oh, there he goes. Oh, that arrow made it through. That's not good. I meant to say that axe made it through. Because, then this happens. This is extremely bad. Walk into it. Dang. Dang.
Can't get away.
Yeah, this is exceptionally bad. This is... We might die here. This game does have continues. We just have to do the fight over.
Take this.
That was actually kind of cool.
Take this.
The more axes he throws, it's actually worse for us. We need to hit him with multiple fully charged arrows in order to do this. This should kill him. So we pulled it back. And like I said earlier, we're picking up the arrows in a specific order because we need to use them for specific reasons. We don't want to use an extra arrow on him that we don't need. Alright, so we're going to skip this cutscene and we're going to get... not teleported back to the house, we're going to get teleported to a different area of London. And we're going to have a little friend with us. His name is Dennis, or as I like to call him, Discount Ron Weasley. You'll see in a moment. Say hi to Discount Ron Weasley, everybody. He's been in a lot of cutscenes that we've skipped, and he's great. Alright, now say goodbye to Discount Ron Weasley. Because he gets kidnapped by the next 2 killers that we have to deal with. These killers are Scissor Man and Scissor Woman. For anyone who's played any of the other Clock Tower games, you'll know who Scissor Man is. He's a little more flamboyant in this one. And their real names also kind of get me a little bit. Not so much Scissor Man's, but Scissor Woman's. Scissor Man's name is Ralph, and Scissor Woman's name is Jemima. So we're picking up another safety lavender water, because these sections in particular haven't been going too well for me. So we're in a hospital right now. And the main goal is to open up that door on the left that had those 3 red lights at it. We picked up one of the 3 keys needed for it. We need to go find the other 2. Before we do pick up any more keys, we need to pick up this item right here called the Looking Glass. There's a big old mirror in the hallway. Using the Looking Glass allows you to go into a mirror version of the hospital. One side has Scissor Man, the other has Scissor Woman. This side has Scissor Man. So we're gonna skip a cutscene where we're introduced to Scissor Man, and we're gonna immediately say goodbye to him. Open the okay. I was trying to run in as the door was open. Sometimes they can open the doors and you just squeeze right in. That just didn't happen there. That's okay. I hit this sigil, which actually affects the other part of the hospital. Can you get up, please? No. Okay. Wrong way.
Slice and dice.
That scared me? Not cool.
Yeah.
That ate one of my waters. That's not good. That's just a little bit of time loss. Because now I need to refill the water. Because I need to use 1 on Scissor Man to get past him. And then 2 on a teleporter. But there's a spot in the teleporter room that has a place I can refill, so it's not the worst thing. Thank you. Thank you. I was like, he waited very patiently as I went through this hole.
Come on, Alyssa!
So hitting that seal actually opened up this cupboard, which has the last key that we need. I'm probably gonna have to splash in. Nope, we're good. Also, you have to interact with the lock and not the door. Alright, we're good. That was a pretty good hospital. So while that's going, refill. It was a decent hospital. Now we're going to the castle, which is not quite the final level, but it's the last area we have to worry about killers running around. All right, there we see our grandfather just mumbling to himself as he's walking to the castle. Kind of weird. All right, we have some panic, but we got the lavender water just in case, so we should be good. All right, so he's gonna run. We're gonna give him the business. Keep running. Sigil. Turn, business. Grab this arrow over here. Now in this next room, I'm kind of hoping that he hits me at least once on the way out, because if you get hit while you're going downstairs, you typically just move down the stairs faster. He can be a big old butthole here. Like, okay. I'm gonna get hit here. I'm gonna get hit up. Not cool, sir. Very much not cool. Alright, and I'm gonna pick up a couple arrows and let the panic settle. Grab this red arrow. This green arrow right over here. And here we're gonna see that Alyssa does not skip leg day. So we need to get across this bridge, but the bridge is broken. So we're gonna shimmy along the side here. But there's a big old statue in the way. So Alyssa does this. Never skip leg day, everybody. Also, there is a ghost running around here that it can't hit you while you're on this ledge. And if we're fast enough, we should be able to get to the next ledge without this ghost getting in the way. Also, we needed to go to where Scissorman attacked us. We needed to go to that body to learn that we can get in and out of this area by moving these bars. We have to see this in order to use this.
Yeah.
Crest. Her, get hit by her, I guess. Sure. Yeah. Supposed to hit me with just the tip of that sword. So we're gonna remove this candle, which brings up a couple pedestals. Then we're gonna refill the water, and then put that crest we just got into one of those pedestals. Excuse me. So she was just behind us. She opened the door that's behind us. Yeah, she's gonna be right in front of us.
Slice and dice.
More shipping. Just want to get into an area of that room that was blocked off by bookcases to get another one of those crests. They give us like the "oh, you're being chased" music, but she can't get in here. She's gonna give us one more jump scare. Our panic should be good enough to where we're not gonna go into a panic. We should be okay.
There you are.
Hello.
No.
We might need to splash her one more time, but if she should be far enough to where I don't have to worry about her. So putting those two crests opens up a door that was behind a painting. And from here on out, we don't need to worry about panic anymore. Because from here on out, we're not getting chased by anything anymore.
Snippety snap.
Oop. I'm thinking ahead. I was thinking of a cutscene that I need to skip. There's a bunch of cutscenes in this room that you need to skip. I'm gonna grab the D crest and this book. More lore. We're gonna get a little preview of what they're doing to Dennis right now. They got him on a slab with a guillotine. And they're saying, hey, you should sacrifice yourself for that ritual and we'll let Dennis go. And I'm like, nah. Is that... Okay. Now this area can be a little scary. Because those, we passed by some armor, like armored knights over here. They're active now. And they don't care about panic. They're one-shot kills. Where are you going with this? So we're gonna open this door and go back up. And then we're gonna try to time it so that we run by these knights without getting wrecked. No. Alright, that was bad. That was... I ran way too early, because that knight right there would have hit me on the backswing. Alright. So we lost... Right there, we lost our sigil stone. So, we need to go through them one more time. Hopefully I timed that correctly. Like I said, though, this game does have continues, and if I recall, the continues for this area are pretty lenient. They just put you right back at the knights. There's some areas that have punishing continues and some that are not so bad. Like if you die in a boss fight, you just start the boss fight over again. But like say you get killed by a sledgehammer, right? Like as you're leaving the theater, you have to do the entire theater again. And so there we find out that they were using like an illusion of Dennis there, but then you like the ground you're on collapses and now you're in like a basement. And there's a basement room that looks exactly like Dick's room. It has a bunch of your drawings all over the place. This ladder puts us right back in the room that we used the decrest in. And now we have to do the night dodge again. And if we do fail, we don't have to do that stuff again. It'll be the second dodge that we have to redo. Should be good. Yep, okay. Okay. So now we're going to be fighting the Scissor Twins. It starts off... Well, we gotta do this first. But it'll be starting off with Scissor Woman. Scissor Woman is the only boss in this game that you can't auto-target. But she's also the weakest. We're going to be using 2 green arrows on her to take her out quickly. Otherwise, that fight's a bit of a slog because if you're charging arrows, you have to hope that she just runs in front of you. And the Scissor Man fight is rough because there's just a lot of stuff in the area. Scissor Woman fight. Here, she's just gonna walk right into it. And you know, turn around, hit her right there. She will always move in that direction for the first one, and she will always appear in that same spot after she gets hit. Scissor Man, on the other hand, is kind of a jerk. We're gonna hit him with a repelling arrow, and then we're gonna pray. That got him.
Let me go! Let me go!
You keep doing that, sir. I like this. He's being really nice. Because he can do like range attacks that go out to the side and hit you, that go forward at you, that go out like in 3 different directions. That's a little annoying. That should kill him. Alright. That was a really good Scissor Man fight. Alright, now we're in the clock tower. There's nothing that we really need to worry about. We're just literally making our way to the final boss. Who is your grandpa, who's the one trying to do the ritual to gain your power. And it turns out that he killed your mom. What a jerk. For the rest of the run, we will not be going back to our mom's house, unfortunately. This section can be a little annoying just because of movement. It's not too bad. I don't remember if this arrow is particularly necessary, but it does help. Also, look how far I can interact with this level. Extendo arm strike again. They're going to do one more extendo arms in the next level. Now, for the last boss fight against Lord Barrows, your father, we're going to be doing regular arrow shots until we get the first special attack, and then we're gonna get him with a charged bind, and then we're gonna run behind him and hit him with two special arrows, one charged arrow that'll get us another special attack. However, getting to that first like spirit bomb can be an ordeal. Because he does a few different attacks, and I'm using an audio cue to know when to start charging my arrow. So this is Grandpa. Grandpa has a massive journey. He's also got a massive health bar. So we're gonna move back and forth. Too late. Vines went away. That's bad. First one's down. First one is the most difficult. So we need to hit him with one charged bind, and then we're gonna run directly behind him and just shoot a bunch of arrows. He didn't even make an end. He didn't even say anything. That's okay. We might fuck here. Because what he is doing to me right now with those binds, he can do a spirit bomb on me. Well, this is really
There's
bad.
no escape.
This is.
There's no escape. There's no escape.
All right, we can break this back. But if he hits me with 3 binds, I'm toast. Because his spirit bomb just does your max health value.
There's no escape.
This might not kill him, but like we should be able to get him soon after. By the way, time is coming up, but it's not on his death. After he dies, our mother's spirit comes back and says, "Hey, I'll give you strength to kill him." We have to go to her bones. All right, that actually killed him. So once we get to her bones, it's time. I'm gonna try to run directly behind him to get to there.
Today is Alyssa's
Alright, and
10th birthday.
time. And that was Clock Tower 3, normal mode. This is a wacky game, but like I don't run this too often, but I love showing it off to people. And I hope you all enjoyed that.
Give up, grandfather. I won't allow the ritual to happen.
24
That's not too bad. That's not a bad run for a marathon. I'll gladly take that.
Also, I do have a question.
Yes.
After party at your mom's house, is that where we're going?
That's where we're going. After party at Mom's house, everybody.
Let's do it.
Alright, we'll be right back with Raclesis for another run, and then finishing us off for the night, an hour and 47 estimate run of Resident Evil from the Wii Dynasty. Alright, we will be right back.
Alright, see you in a few.
GG.
Would you like a high quality FTLG mousepad? Do exclamation mark mousepad in chat.